I hope I'm live. Let me see.
Just will it send a link on the hello screen?
No, they will. I'll have to ask someone to check if I'm live.
Yep, you're live.
Yeah, because the accounts are not synced on my phone, so I'll have to see.
You're live. The bot's given the live message.
Yes, I'm live. I'll just stay on mute for a couple of minutes. I'll be back. Yeah. Alright, boys. Very sorry for that screen freeze, but yeah, I'm back. This is the fastest I've ever had dinner, to be honest. But anyways, so we're live and welcome back, guys, for the round 2 of season 2 of this League of Sandbaggers, and we are back in China. And I'm joined by Hushrav, the tentative race winner of yesterday. That is provided if your 5 seconds get removed.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's hope today the race isn't decided by pens. I want to see a good on-track battle.
Oh yeah.
So let's see how it goes. This race is already shaped up differently. They have nice sunny skies compared to us.
And
we are the
AJ
most
retires
atrocious weather.
Okay.
AJ is retired, and I think both the McLarens are out. No, about a boy's out.
Yeah, about a boy's
and ahead of him, Abdul Samad is also out.
Yes.
So let's see. I think this will actually give us a decent idea of what the strategy should have been yesterday. Because I think yesterday would have been interesting if it was a dry qualifying, because many people apparently wanted to qualify in the mediums, including me in fact.
Yeah.
So let's see how many people attempt that medium qualifying today, and let's see how many try braving it out in the soft, because a soft to hard is definitely possible, but I personally prefer starting on the mediums because the medium definitely is the fastest tire after I'd say like 5 racing laps, because the soft dies off very quickly in terms of performance.
Yeah, I'm sure about
It'll
that.
be interesting. So far,
Yeah.
I think everyone on my screen is on soft.
Only Chugs and
Chugs.
Sid Venkatesh is on mediums. So
Yes.
that might be an indication that the race might start on dry tires. Let's see.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, weather here can be tricky sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
You might get to see
undoubtedly.
interchangeable conditions like yesterday, so
Yeah, and
anything can happen.
interchangeable conditions might not be known to the drivers as well. Oh dear, Chugs has gone round already on his out lap.
No.
That's the thing with these mediums. You have to be very careful with the warm up, because it's a fresh track, it's a green track. There's not much grip. Tires are cold as well, so you have to be a bit cautious, I guess, in how you warm them up. I mean, we saw it in Mexico right now in IRL as well. What a challenge it was. So they have to be cautious here, I think. I get the feeling this might again be a race of attrition, like in Australia.
Yeah.
That middle sector does claim quite a lot of casualties, especially that medium high-speed section, because it's a mix of medium speed corners and at the same time they're very extreme traction zones. So interesting
So
watch.
we're on board with Redstone Dub. He's just started his lap going through turn 1. And looking good so far. Getting good exit out of turn 2. Heading towards turn 3, turn 4. Very important to get braking right here on turn 4. Otherwise you go wide. You can easily go wide here.
Very clean so far.
Yeah, so far so clean. On towards the trickiest section of the track.
Very decent run through there. A bit wide going into the next one. He's going to be compromised there on the line, but
Let's
decently recovered.
see how
Good
great of an exit he
traction as
gets
well.
here. Yeah, good traction out of turn 9, I'm guessing.
This run is going to be crucial, because this is going to set him up all the way for the straight now. Does he get a good exit? Bit scrappy, not the worst.
Yeah, but looks good so far, so yeah.
Yeah, looks good. A very good clean banker lap. I think this is what you need when you start a session. You need a good lap to get yourself up on the board, because when you start making mistakes from your first lap itself, the pressure just keeps building on you, and then the more pressure, the more mistakes you end up making.
Yeah.
So this is a
Haku
good
was
lap
at
by
benchmark
Redstone
lap
so far.
with 133.8. Let's see how fast Redstone goes. Oxidize with a 133.2. You can beat me. Oh, and Redstone goes.
32.6.
Okay. Abdul Samad crashed, I think.
Oh. I think he's
I'm
retired
not
in the
sure,
pits.
but I can-
Yeah, he's retired in the pits.
Oh, so he
It's
retired the
still yellow.
pits. Fine.
I think he had a quali ban, didn't he? No, he didn't. Maybe not. Okay, Charles on the medium, just finishing his lap. Let's see. A bit hesitant through the final corner, but decent run nonetheless. And he goes
And he goes
P5.
P5. Well, he's 2.6 seconds slower than Captain Hinkle.
Yeah,
and Captain
that is-
Hinkle goes pole. Okay. 132.1. That's
32
pole by
That's a
quite a
very
margin
good lap
there.
to lap. Sid Venkatesh 34.7, so he's the medium runner, leading runner right now. I'd say the medium delta I think is 1.3 seconds to the soft. So if Sid Venkatesh can get the maximum out of that delta, I'd say he has a decent shot at top 4, top 3 right now at least. So Captain Hinkle though, very solid lap so far. Comfortably on pole by a good 5 tenths that too.
And we have a yellow flag in the third sector. Who is it?
Yeah, I think it's one of the Ferraris
Okay,
just
it's
going
about
out
a
of the
boy
way.
letting go some drivers.
Yeah.
And he's about to start. Oh, he's round the final corner.
Oh.
He was just about to start his lap, not the ideal way though.
Yeah, it's just, oh dear, don't do that. He's gonna get disqualified if he goes too far back.
And no, he's safe.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay.
So any drivers on a lap, Vintage Player is on a lap. He is
On the back
just
straight
about
now, let's see
to
if he can
complete
pick
his
the
lap
breaking point
here.
here.
And yeah, I think he picked his breaking point
Nicely
correctly.
done.
And does not miss the apex, so looking good so far. A very safe exit to the final corner, and he goes second.
that's
Okay, so
P2.
that's a decent lap here.
1.5 tenths off. Not a bad lap. So the battle for pole right now looks to be between 3 drivers, I think. Captain Hinkle, Vintage Player, and Redstone Derp. So let's see who has the most time to find, because the track is just going to get faster and faster as time goes on.
Easy level
So,
bot
it'll be
is yet
interesting.
to set a lap, and Mayank is on an out lap. So I know these drivers are quick, and Quickkiller is on a lap as well. So he's a quick driver as well. Let's see what lap time he sets.
He's gone a bit wide in that section, and he's backed off, I think. No. Okay,
That's gonna
he's yet on the
compromise
lap.
his lap there. He must have
Yeah,
lost
it's gonna
at least a
compromise.
tenth
That's
or
gonna
two.
cost at least. Yeah, for sure. Let's see if he gets a good run onto the back straight. A bit shallow there, but he's kept it clean. Let's see if he gets good traction. Yes, he does. Uses all of the track. Good exit. And now it's all about just keeping the car as straight as possible, minimizing any kind of movements, and just picking the braking point for the hairpin. So let's see if he can do that. He does very neatly. A bit on the curve, that's going to cost him a couple of tenths. Let's see if he can nail the
Let's see
last corner.
where this lap puts him. And a really good last corner here. And he goes P12.
P12.
Okay, he must be carrying a
definitely
lot
has
of
more
fuel.
pace than that.
Yeah.
Surely there's a mistake on that lap.
So who
You see, the
else?
problem for someone like Quickkiller now, though, is going to be doing another run, because by the time he comes back to the pits, he's only going to have about 8 minutes left anyways. And he's not going to have time
I
to do
think
2
we have a
runs, right?
spinner in the first sector. Who's that?
There's a
It's-
slow Redstone Derp, and I think the McLaren's gone round. Yes, about a boy's gone round. Those medium tires are just not suiting him at all right now. This is the second spin on the same set of tires.
Oh my god, I hope
So
he
I think
doesn't
he's-
defeat anyone. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's. Oh, he's retired.
Oh,
I think,
he's
is he?
retired on
Oh,
track.
he's disqualified.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's not ideal for him at all.
Yeah, I guess he must have been going too slow, or he must have been facing the wrong way, probably.
Yeah, the game disqualifies you sometimes for that.
Yeah.
So who's about to start a lap? Let me see.
Deadly Mosquito's on a lap. He's just crossed the first sector.
You can beat me. Just started his lap. We can go on board with him.
Yes,
So,
Smalav has started the lap. Okay, let's spectate this.
going around the first corner, and
Comes
yes,
down.
he just touches the apex. Nicely done. Turn 2, turn
Stays off
3.
that curb, good traction. And
Really
now
good traction
all
out of
about
that
the shortest
corner,
track.
and towards turn 4 here.
3 tenths up here.
Looking good so far.
Oh, he's hit that curb on the inside. That's going to compromise his run a bit, but nothing too major. Let's see if he can hold it as fast and narrow as possible through here.
A little
run.
wide A little wide.
Yeah, a little wide.
Oh, Indy
but
Gamer
that's going to open up the
disqualified.
next corner for him. Indy Gamers blocked the pit
Disqualified,
lane.
blocking the pit exit. Okay.
Oh dear.
I hope he doesn't impede anyone because a lot of guys
Hopefully
are
not.
starting the laps.
Hopefully not. Oh, Malav's gone a bit wide, but he's recovered it decently onto the back straight. Now let's see if he can get good traction. Yes, he can. Uses up all of the track. Nicely done. And again, now we will see him at the end of the straight.
DRS wide
Hopefully,
open.
sticking it properly to the apex. Nicely done.
This looks really good. Exit was looking good as well.
Yeah, this looks like a very strong lap.
Oh, he's pitting. Okay.
That was a valid lap as well, so maybe he thinks there's more time to be found if he does one more run.
Yeah. Who else?
Oh, I think he's done 4 laps on this set.
I think Redstone Derp is gonna finish his second run,
Yeah, he is.
and he's getting a nice tow from. Was that Quick Killer?
Oxidize, I think.
Oh, was it
Quick Killer,
Oxidize
yeah.
or Quick Killer?
No, that's Quick Killer.
Yeah, that was
He gets on that curve, that's going to compromise him again.
But he's 3/10 up on his lap. Let's see.
Let's see, John.
Oh, very good final
run,
corner
good
there.
run. Got set perfectly, and that's
And he
P2,
goes P2
just under the 10.
Just P2, just. So 70 thousandths of a second between Captain Hinkle and Redstone Derp. Redstone Derp getting out of the way for the driver behind him
dear,
here.
he's going to get very close to the apex there.
And
Oh, and he's at the wall.
Quick Killer up by 2.5
Vintage is
tenths.
just starting on a lap. This will be an interesting lap. Vintage is on the second run here.
Vintage.
Just coming to the end of his first sector now. A bit aggressive on the wheel inputs, but nonetheless, sometimes that tends to be quick. That's you, and he's 1/10
up
up
by
to the
almost
first
1/10. Quick Killer as well is up by 2.5 tenths. Let's see how he does in the second sector. Oh, almost
dear,
went down
come
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lost time. Quick Killer's lost time. Let's see how Vintage Player does it.
Almost at the apex side, not bad. Gets very good traction
so
out
good.
of that left-hander.
Oh, and
Oh dear,
he's
someone's
3.5
coming.
tenths up on his time, so he's looking good for that pole position.
This is going to be a pole lap here.
Yeah.
If he can hold it together. Again, very aggressive on the throttle, on the steering inputs, but it seems to be doing the job for him. Onto the back straight. I think that's Quick Killer ahead of him, so we'll get 2 consecutive laps to go over the line. Quick Killer's box. Quick Killer's not finishing
See
his
how he
lap.
gets his braking point here, and yes, does it.
And that's Captain Hinkle ahead of him,
Probably.
who's boxed as well.
Let's see how he gets the final corner here. Final corner looks good, doesn't run
Not
wide.
good
DR
run.
is wide open, and he goes pole. Okay.
Position.
He goes pole by 2/10. So this is a lap time to beat for everyone, I think. 1:31.9. A new milestone for all the drivers.
Now, I'd say if you're Captain Hinkle or if you're Redstone, the pressure's on you because now not only do you have to set your fastest lap of the weekend, but you also have to find at least 3.5 tenths. And when the qualifying battle is close, in your head you always know you have like half a tenth or a tenth, but 3.5, 4 tenths is a huge amount of time to find. So the pressure is definitely onto them now. So let's see if they can match his lap time. But I'd say advantage Vintage Player. He's at a very good second run here. Malav is out on mediums actually. So
Yeah,
he's
he
just
might
started his
consider
lap
qualifying on medium. Let's see.
because he's already set a 33.5 on softs. That means he's confident enough that he can beat this lap time which he set on softs on the medium. If he can, it'll be a very impressive feat because that means he has close to pole position pace if he can even match his time on the mediums right now.
Yeah, but he's 2/10 up already, so this lap is looking good.
That's a very good lap so far. And he keeps it tight through there as well. Very good run. Let's see if he can hit the double apex lefts here. Misses the apex a bit, but sets it up decently for the second one.
Oh, that's a very
It's
good
smooth
exit
under
out of that
traction.
corner.
And that's 3.5 tenths up still.
Looking good so far.
Let's see, can he set up a smooth run through here? a bit short shifty, which is understandable because the tires don't offer you as much grip as the softs. A slight oversteer moment on the exit, but shouldn't lose him too much time as he pops open his DRS. I can see from his top speed that Malav is running comparatively lower wings. So this might be interesting for the race as well. Let's see how
he
starts off the lap here.
Let's see.
A bit wide.
This is the way apex there, and he goes.
He improves. He improves.
Oh,
I think
Chip Shima goes P2. Wow, what a lap from Chip Shima.
Yeah, good lap by him as well. I don't think he's going to get another lap though. I think this might be session over for him.
It might be qualifying over for him, but we have Captain Hinkle on an outlap. Redstone Duff is on an outlap. Vintage Play is still in the pits, so I think he's not going to go out again.
I think he'll leave it late. He's just coming out now. I can see a Red Bull coming out on the track now. This is interesting for Malav though, because the problem is he set it on mediums and he's improved on mediums, which means if he's in the top 10 now, he's going to start on the mediums for sure. But the problem is he's P9 and he's only about 2/10 from P11 anyways. He's not going to make it back to the pits anyways. And if he gets knocked out, then he gets free tire choice regardless.
And so, Chugs has left the session.
And oh, that sounds good. Let's hope he can rejoin.
Yeah, let's hope he can rejoin. Let me just... I know. Are you friends with Chugs? Maybe you can send him an invite.
I am not. I will try to.
Sid Venkatesh going 3/10 quicker on the softs, but he is still P13. So Captain Hinkle is on his lap. Let's see, and he just about goes half a tenth quicker in the first sector.
Harsha, could you just give me Chugs' username?
Yeah. So it's Chugs, C capital HUGS 15.
Yep.
Spams.
Yep, got it.
Yeah.
I'm sending him an invite. Okay, he's been re-invited. Let's hope he joins again. And so that's Malav session over.
Captain Hinkle spins. Captain Hinkle spins. He was on a really good lap there, but he spins, and that's qualifying over for Captain Hinkle.
That's qualifying over, so it's tentative P3 for him. Let's see if anyone can.
Let's see how Redstone Derp is going to do on his final run. He's just about coming towards the final corner.
This looks like, yeah, I think this looks like qualifying over for Mayank as well. Good last corner by Redstone Derp there.
Oh no, it doesn't improve.
Qualifying over for Mayank as well. So P3, P4, P5 all have.
Oh, by the way, is Redstone Dub starting his lap or did he finish the lap?
He's actually he might be starting his lap here.
Let's see how he does.
Maybe he's going for 2 consecutive runs here because his battery is also low. So let's see what his split is like.
Well, he's trying to go quicker here. He's half a tenth faster than his previous lap.
If he can find a couple of tenths, it moves him at least to the front row, if not pole. So he yet has to keep pushing, in my opinion. Keeps it narrow there.
It does look like he's pushing, so he is going for that second run. Oh, Captain Hinkle retired from the session. Okay. Almost invalidates the lap on the exit.
And he's a 10 down.
Yeah, he's a 10 down.
And he's gone wide through there as well.
Yeah,
I think that's
and he uses off. And he uses off, okay.
Oxidize is off as well. Let's see, do we have laps coming in from anywhere else? Ace is a second up on his lap here. This lap might put him in contention for the top 10 here. Where does Ace
go?
The
final corner. Oh, that's a really good final corner, but
a bit enthusiastic. But
and he goes
P6. That's a very good lap.
Just about P6.
I think had it not been for that last corner curve hit, he would have been in contention for where Redstone is right now.
Yeah, definitely.
So very good lap by Ace here.
Sid about to complete his lap. Let's see what he does. He just matched his previous time.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's around. No.
Keep it pointing the right way. Good job.
I think that's qualifying pretty much done.
Thakur was also on the lap, but I think that's qualifying done for him as well by the little bit. He's going to finish the lap nonetheless, but he's not going to improve.
It's qualifying done. Yes.
And yep, that's qualifying done. I guess we just wait for Oxidize to come back into the pit. So let's run through the qualifying order. It's going to be Vintage Player on pole position, 31.9, a very respectable lap time, starting on the softs. P2, Chip Shima, P3, Captain Hinkle, top 3 only separated by about 2 tenths. Redstone follows about a tenth behind Captain Hinkle in 4th, Oxidize 5th, Ace and Oxidize, interestingly enough, set the same lap time. I think Ace set it after Oxidize, so Ace goes after him. And my timer screen has cut off.
It's okay, we'll get another chance.
Yes, we will.
The final class.
I'm just gonna grab some water so you can run through the qualifying order.
Yeah, sure. So this is the final rundown to the grid. Vintage Player is on pole. Chips Shima, Captain Hinkle P3, Redstone Dub P4, Oxidized Rage P5, Ace P6, Mayank P7, P8 Abhi, Quick Killer P9, and Easy Level Bot complete in the top 10. Malav starting in the strategic pole position P11, Smith Shah P12, Sid Venkatesh P13, Chucks P14, Thakura 15th, Deadly Mosquito 16th, AJ 17th, Abdul Samad 18th, Indic Gamer 19th, and About a Boy completing the grid in 20th position.
So, Harshal, who do you think is going to be the man to beat?
I think Vintage Player is looking good. He looks pretty strong with the qualifying pace, but yeah, you need to keep your position on lap 1 2 in China because there's a pretty big straight at the back. Easy to get overtaken there on lap 1. So let's see.
For sure. Also, tons of opportunities to make opportunistic moves on the first lap. We obviously have turn 1. Turn 1 personally, I've always preferred the outside line.
That's the safest place to be.
It's the safest, and also it gives you a very sweeping run because I tend to feel that everyone on the inside kind of Constantinos up, and then there's like a pile up on the inside most of the times. So the outside always gives you the cleaner run and it gives you a nice faster sweeping run as well. So
also there's a chance of someone spinning out there. Also,
exactly.
If someone spins out and if you're on the inside, there's no chance of saving yourself.
Exactly. Then we have turn 4 as well, I think. Is it turn 4? The slow hairpin. There's tons of passing opportunities there as well. Although I say passing opportunities, but obviously you have to be within respectable striking distance. You shouldn't be sending moves when you're 3 tenths behind at that corner. But nonetheless,
no comments there. Let's just focus on this.
Let's hope for a clean race here today. I think someone's already been disqualified. I can see one Alpine parked in the grid.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that might be.
Yeah, that's Chugs.
That might be Chugs.
Yes, that's Chugs.
Because there's also a huge gap in the pack between Sid and I don't know who the Aston is after him. I think it's Smith. Yeah, I think Smith might have had a spin and he's trying to play catch up here. Anyways, let's see the starting tires here. That should give us an idea of what kind of strategy everyone is on. So we have the top 8 all starting on softs. and easy level in 10th, also starting on softs. Expect those tires to die by lap 6, I'd say, because the softs will give you a good performance push for about 3 laps, and after that, they just
Yeah, they
degrade
just wear
in
off.
terms
They
of
just
wear,
wear off.
and they just don't offer you much grip. It's not even about temperature or any of that sort. Skies look good, so I don't think there's a threat of rain so far. Apart from the top 10, Quick Killer in ninth starts on mediums. He'll be one to watch because we know he has the pace. Let's see if he can keep it clean, if he can actually maximize those medium tires. And then everyone 11th onwards, minus AJ in 17th who's on mediums, everyone 11th onwards is on hards, which is interesting because that means they all are gambling
Oh,
on
whose
a
car is
safety
wide
car
there?
very late.
Whose car is wide on the
Oh
grid?
dear, I think that's
Is that Chugs?
that might be Chugs, but I think that will fix itself because the grid restarts. I've seen that happen before.
This is too
Let's
funny.
hope it
I'm really sorry,
restarts.
but this is too funny. Oh my god. Okay, so we might get to see red lights. Is it reset or not?
Not yet. This seems to be a bit odd here. I think there might be an issue here with
I
the
hope
grid
it's not
because
glitched, to be honest.
I hope not either, but I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look too good because the light should have come on by now because the grid has been standing for a while.
Yeah, that's
And,
Jug's car. You can hop onto his POV. He's just literally
Yeah.
looking at the banners.
That car should not be facing that way is all I know.
It's just too funny. Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing to show your team support, but this is really pushing it, you know?
Okay,
When they say be supportive of your team, they don't mean look at your team's pit wall.
It might have glitched. Let me just check Discord once.
It's definitely glitched because if he did that on his own merit, then I have commendations for him.
Oh, by the way, we have complaints for a viewer that you are echoing a lot.
Echoing.
Yeah.
How might I go about fixing that?
Oh, I think it restarted.
Oh yeah.
Chugs
session
has
pass.
left the session.
And it's lights
Oh,
out. And
lights
away
out
we go.
already. Okay.
Vintage gets a brilliant start. Captain Hinkle's around the outside of Chips. Let's see if he can make that work. He's trying it.
AJ's
He's
crashed.
braving it.
AJ's crashed
oh, no,
out.
AJ's out. And Captain Hinkle's gone wide as well. He's onto the grass and Redstone and Oxidize.
And we have a
got
VSC
past.
already. So
Yeah.
5-second time penalty for Abhi. And let me see the penalty situation here. Quick Killer gets a 10-second time penalty already. So he's collided with couple of cars here at the start during VSC. Thakurwa gets a 5-second penalty, Easy Level Bot gets a 5-second penalty, and Mayank gets a 5-second penalty. So quite a lot happening before turn 4 itself.
Also, is this just me? Because Malav is now on mediums and Indie Gamers on softs as well. And I'm positively sure that none of those drivers started on those tires.
Yes. So Malo was on hards. That was definitely some glitch there.
This looks to be a very odd lobby glitch.
Could you please check Discord once what's happening?
I will check Discord.
Yeah. And Thakurwa gets a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Indie Gamer.
Oh dear, that's someone off into the wall. I think it's one of the Alpha Tauris. It's Thakurwa. Thakurwa is into the barriers.
Thakurwa's off.
Thankfully, he's kept it running. He's not DNF. This might bring out, no, it won't bring out the safety car because the VSC was just out. So he's going to have a painful
Chugs,
walk
and he's
back.
having a moment here before the last corner. And Chugs goes wide, and you can beat me
Malam making
overtaking
move on
Chugs
Chugs
here.
as well, side by side, and he's already passed by the time they reach turn 1. Quick Killer now, right on the back of Ace. Let's see if he can make this work. He's down the inside,
And they
he's
touch
in
wheels.
contact with the apex.
Mayank close to easy level bot as well. So A lot happening here in a
For
matter
sure.
of couple of laps.
Mayank going round the outside, can he make it stick? He goes for the cutback and doesn't get the purchase out of the corner. He's going to try showing a wheel to easy level though, but doesn't make it work. Quick Killer, I think, needs to be patient here because, like I said, the soft tire advantage isn't that much. It only lasts about 3 laps, 5 onwards, mediums are the tire to be on. So
I think
even
Quick
if
Killer will
Killer
start
can't
gaining
get
places in like a couple of laps itself.
exactly, he just needs to be patient, and Malav needs to follow and then eventually pass Quick Killer because Malav's race is ideally with Quick Killer at this point.
Meanwhile, Chip Streamer and Vintage Player building up a gap of almost 1.5 seconds.
And
we have a
enough,
VSC again.
Redstone and VSC again.
So there's an
I think
Alpine
that's
out.
one of the McLarens and Abdul so and Chugs.
Oh no,
Chugs is
Chugs
going round
spun again. Chugs spun again.
Suboptimal start from Chugs so far. He's had and he's got damage as well. I think by the looks of it.
Yeah, he'll have to pit
That
again.
car just understeered straight off, and yeah, that Alpine does not look like it has a front wing on it. Interestingly enough, though, prior to the virtual safety car, what I noticed was Redstone had already dropped out of the top 2's DRS, and I think somewhere along Abhi as well. I think Abhi was also out of DRS of Oxidized, so the gap's already starting to emerge in the top 10, which is interesting as we see Chugs is in the box.
Let's see what tires
None
he
of
goes
these-
on to.
Yeah, this will be an interesting call because it's only lap 3, so I'd say probably another set of mediums. I'd say, yeah, mediums looks like the best call for now.
Yeah, he's on mediums and he's changing his wing like he
Yeah.
should. So top 2 looking feisty here, and Redstone and
For
Captain
sure.
Nickel fighting for P3. And Oxidized Rage following them.
Ace has got a drive-through.
Redstone top and Chip Streamer get a drive-through
And
penalty.
Chips have got a drive-through as well.
Easy
Oh,
level
dear.
bot gets a drive-through penalty. Ace gets a drive-through penalty. So a lot of drivers getting a drive-through penalty here.
Oh dear, that is not
Oh,
good. Let's see.
no,
So according to Race Tracker, it's Chip Streamer, it's Easy Level, it's Redstone, and it's Ace. That's
And
all
Chip
the
Streamer
top
going
players with the
on the inside of Vintage Player, overtaking him. He's got DRS and he'll get the move done. But
Will he serve his
unfortunately,
drive-through
he's
right now,
got
or will he
drive-through.
try pulling a wing cleaner?
Let's see what he does here. I
Because,
think he
mind
should
you, China has a
serve
long
his
between
drive-through
as well.
right now because
And he's in for his drive-through.
yeah, that's probably the smartest decision because there is a
He's
chance of
trying to
having
make
a
a
safety
move on
car.
Mayank, and he's gonna try the cutback on Mayank. Let's see. He's gonna pop up from the DRS. He's gonna go around the outside. Can he make the move stick?
And he does make the
Mayank's
move
up from
stick.
behind, and he's done. That's DRS.
And
assisted
that's
pass
easy
for
level
easy
bot
level.
into P5, Abhi P4, Captain Wrinkle P3, and Oxidized Rage. Meanwhile, in all that chaos is P2.
So Captain Hinkle, despite his nightmare at the start, is somehow made his way to P3, and now he's looking very solid for a P2 here. He's right on the back of Oxidized. So this is what I'm saying. You have to minimize these kind of unforced errors because a drive-through penalty for speeding on the VSC is something you can very easily avoid. But at the same time, it's also so easy to get because you're always so eager to make up that last tenth on the car ahead of you, and sometimes the game just flips the delta onto you very quickly, and
Definitely.
that can backfire against you. So
And Mike going
there's
a
always
little
that
wide.
balance there. Let's see if can Captain Hinkle get a decent run here on Oxidized. I think he's got a very solid run here. About 5.5 tenths, so that's in striking distance for DRS, and he's 4.5 tenths at the DRS activation point. Oxidized goes defensive, trying to break the toe, and he's leaving, which is interesting. Is Captain Hinkle gonna move inside?
No, he does not.
He's
He's a little too far back to make that move stick, but and easy level bot and Mayank are still fighting for that place. Mayank trying to get around. He's attacking the inside. No, he doesn't. And easy level
See,
goes
this is
for
what I was telling you. Now look at Malav. Malav is in a
Right.
fantastic position here because he's all the way into P6 and he's on the medium tire. So I'd say this lap onwards, Malav should, in theory, be the fastest car on track. because what I was telling you, the prime position Quick Killer was in. Quick Killer has kind of compromised it for himself here because I think he's had an incident with someone and he's had to box because he's
Yeah,
on move
yeah.
hard right
He
now.
did have contact with a couple of guys at the start when the first VSC came out,
Yeah.
so he might have caught up some damage due to that, and he's down in P16 because of that. So not ideal for him at all, but
Exactly.
uh,
I mean,
very
you
good
from your
strategy
own China
from
race, you know
Get Me.
from yesterday, like how important it is to keep it clean. Even if you're not having the best of races pace-wise,
Exactly.
it's all about minimizing your incidents and keeping any kind of contact at the minimum because you never know when a safety car might pop up and when it might favor you.
So Captain Hinkle is
Drivers-
way too close to
Oh,
Oxidize this time.
And Haas is down.
That must
no,
be
it's
Quick
Chubbs
Killer.
again. It's Chubbs again. Chubbs is down again.
And Captain Hinkle
Oh, the
overtakes
Alpines are having a nightmare here. Mayank's got a 3 second for good measure. Which is very
Captain
early in the
Hinkle
race, actually.
just completed his overtake on Oxidize Rage.
And he's made the move stick, so
Yeah.
can he chase after Vintage now? And
It
Vintage
looks
is in.
like- oh, and
Captain
both of them
Hinkle
pit
is
here.
in. Oh, he's gone too deep. He's
Oh,
gone
no,
too deep.
no, oh my god,
Oh,
he
he just
almost
kept it
crashes into the
out.
wall. So he's made a last minute maneuver into the pits, and that was almost race over for Captain Hinkle there, way too close to the wall.
My god. Hamilton 2007 there. That
Yeah.
was inches away from him being in the wall. And
So
what a
Mayank staying
shoddy
out,
way it would have been to go out.
Chip staying out.
This is interesting. Captain Hinkle has gone onto the mediums, which means at this point he's committed to a 2-star. And so is Vintage actually. Vintage is also committed to a 2-star here.
Yes.
So both these drivers either relying on another safety car or they know for a fact that they have the pace to execute the 2-star strategy. So Mayank continues here. Malav is going to obviously continue as well.
But
let's
not
see now. I
ideal
think
for
the-
Captain Hinkle though. So he's got a slow moving Abdul Samad on old soft tires in front of
Exactly,
him.
that is
That
is
compromises
crucial,
his
because-
strategy and his race
Oh,
with
he's gonna try
Vintage
getting a
player.
move on here though, I think. Can he make it work? No, he
And
can't.
there's
Abdul can
someone
hold
round
him
in
now.
sector
Oh,
3. I think that's Chugs again.
It's Chubbs again.
Oh, that's
it's
Chugs again.
obviously-
So
oh,
he's not
yeah.
having the best of races tonight.
And he's boxing. He might just call it a day here, I'm afraid. Let's
Oh,
see
I
what
think
he
Captain
does.
Hinkle might get the move done before the straight. No, but yeah, that's a smart move from him. Waiting for the DRS straight.
And Chubbs is retired with it.
Yeah, he's in the pits.
An unfortunate end to the day, but nonetheless, we hope to see him come back next week. Meanwhile, Ace trying to set up Oxidize here. I think in fact Ace looks like he's just been passed by Oxidize because Oxidize is on pressure tires on new
And
hard.
Captain Hinkle gets past Abdul Samad meanwhile, and let's see what's
Ace
happening
is
with
on
Ace.
coming
And
back at
Ace
Oxidize here as
also
well.
gets Oxidize on that straight. So. Oh, and he goes
he's gone
wide.
deep though.
Oh no! He's gone really wide there, and that has compromised the exit. And Oxidize Rage gets his
And
position
he's
back, and he
in the
puts. Okay, so I think all of the soft runners have pitted except for Redstone Dub. So he's staying out
Redstone.
on one more lap. And Abdul
Surely,
Samad as
I'd say
well.
Redstone looks like he's going to gamble on some kind of safety car here because he had his race compromised by serving that drive-through, unfortunately. So he's kind
Yeah.
of fighting against the odds here.
Let's see if he gets lucky or not. Abdul Samad, meanwhile, staying out, and Easy Level as well, staying out. So, quite an interesting choice here, running on those slow softs.
Undoubtedly. I think this is Malav's race to lose here, honestly, because I'm just looking at the intervals here and he
Malav
has
is
about
comfortably ahead of Smith Shah
yeah,
by
he has about
7.5
15
tenths.
seconds.
And he's gaining time
He
on
has
him,
about
so
15 seconds on Vintage Player as well. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And he's gaining time. And Vintage Player we know is going to have to make another stop, and so is Malav. So once a pit stop shakeout, he's going to have about a 15-second buffer to keep the space up. So far so good for Malav. Let's not jinx it. Hopefully he can keep it going.
and Redstone Dub goes for a move down the
That's a
inside.
send by Vintage.
Oh, that's not Redstone,
Oh,
that's
that's
Vintage.
contact.
Oh,
And
no.
nearly goes.
Let's see how he gets it done. About a boy in P3 fighting for that place on 7 lap old hearts. So clearly Vintage Player is fastest here right now.
But none of these drivers are going to let him by here because they know they're racing him for position here because all of these drivers have one more stop to make. So if I was about to boy right now, even though I know he's faster, I would yet definitely put up a fight because this fight might very well be for P3 at the end of the race.
But what this is doing is it's letting Captain Hinkle close up on Vintage Player, which
Exactly,
is not
I
ideal
can
for
see
a
him right in
Vintage
his
Player.
mirrors there. This might be interesting coming onto the back straight. They might go 3 wide there. Oh, Vintage Player
Oh, he
getting
goes on the curb. That's not
that.
ideal. That's not almost spun out there. That's a deadly curb there. You should not ride that curb. And Redstone
Both of
Turb
those
retired.
curves. Oh, Redstone's retired.
Oh, no.
Oh dear. He spun, I think, cold hard
Oh,
tires. and he
safety
spun,
car,
and it's a
safety car, safety car.
Is Mala going to box it? This is played right in
Yes.
Mala's hands.
I think he should box it because he's got a 10-second
it
gap
would be a
behind him.
no-brainer to box.
But on which tires though? Should he go on mediums again? Or
I
what
think
should he do here?
I would just play it safe. I'd go hard because I know for a fact everyone behind me has to do one more stop anyways. So after that, if the pace on the hards isn't good, then I move to the mediums along with the other drivers later on.
So I'm guessing
make a
all the
box,
hard
sir?
runners are going to stay
Yes,
out.
they're
That's a
box.
no-brainer.
Yes.
So let's see what. Oh, he
Hard
pits.
runners are
Malo pits. Malo pits.
Marlev has pit. Smith stays out, obviously. About a Boy will also stay out, I'd assume. Oh no, he's in. He's in. He's in. Which
About a
tires does
Boy
he
is
go
in.
on to though?
Let's see what tires Malo went on to. Okay, he went on to the hards.
Hards, which is the sensible call here.
Yeah, so he's going till the end. We know that for a fact. Abdul Samad pits as well. Easy level pits as well. So this is a free
Oh,
pit
can
stop for
Marlev
easy
come out ahead of
level.
Abhi? No, Abhi's come out ahead of Marlev.
Let's see what the guys from P13, P14 do here. So quick killer pits again.
Got a bit deep though.
Yeah.
Easy level is having a front wing change and he's put on a fresh set of mediums. I will assume that's to the end, although it might be a bit tight to the end, but nonetheless, I assume he'll try to take them to the end. Quick Killer will probably be in for a new set of mediums as well, if he has one.
Sid pits and rest of all the other drivers are staying out. Let's see what tires Sid go also onto. And
Oh
he goes
dear,
on to
he's
the hards.
almost lost it out of the pits. Just about keeps it on track, just about.
So Smith Shah leading this race with 8 laps old hards, and Vintage Player and Captain Inkle, both of them on fresh mediums.
This race has been strategically set up here brilliantly because if we just run through the situations now, we have Smith and Deadly Mosquito, the two people yet on their start tire hards. Both of them have to be gambling for another safety car. Then you have drivers like Vintage and Captain Hinkle as well, who I assume have to make another pit stop as well because I really doubt they're going to take those mediums all the way till the end. So it's going to be interesting to see here. Marlev though, again, P5, fresh hards, he can definitely, if he just keeps him more speed, I think
Can
he has a
hards
very
go
good
till
shot.
the very end here from now? Or
From now, hards will comfortably make it to the end. They have about 2.5%. So even if he's very harsh on his tires, he yet shouldn't cross the 55-60% mark.
yes, so Takura is on 6 lap old mediums as well, so I don't know why he didn't pit. Indic Gamer on 6 lap old hards, and rest all the drivers on fresh mediums or fresh hards except for Smith and the Mosquito. Takura pits. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Takura pits for, let's see, which tire? Oh, he's serving a penalty.
I think he might have a drive-through actually. Is he?
No,
Oh, no.
he's got a 5
Not that.
second. He had a 5 second penalty which he had to serve under the safety car.
And he's gone on to 2 lap old hards, so those should take him to the end now.
So I'm guessing he did start on hards at the beginning. So that's
Yeah, he
why
did. So he
he's
probably
got-
just put on because I think you only get one set of hard tires in the current
Yeah,
calibration.
yeah. So he's got some catching up to, and I think we'll get to see another lap of safety car.
Yeah, I doubt he's going to catch up in time. But you never know.
No, there's no way he can catch up to the safety car before the final turn here. He might though, he might. He just might.
He'll catch up before the end of the lap, but he won't catch up before the point the safety car is supposed to come in, which is the crucial bit. No, he won't catch up.
Yeah, so one more lap of safety car.
So let's see here. So on tire age, I can tell you for a fact, Oxidize will go to the end. Malav will go to the end. I mean, go to the end as in try to go to the end. About the boy might make it to the end. I'm not very sure, but if he can nurse those tires right till the last lap, then he might make it to the end. But I highly doubt it because those mediums do wear out a considerable amount. Abdul Samad looks good to make it to the end. Same with Easy Level and Quick Killer. Both of them also need some serious tire management if they have to take it to the end. And then Takava and Sid, although they've recently boxed, they're both on already scrubbed hards. So they'll probably aim to make it to the end as well. So I think half the grid will have to box again, but the other half is going to try and stay out here.
So who are you betting on? The top three.
If you were to give me a guarantee right now that I wouldn't see another safety car in this race, then I would put all of my sandbags on Manav here. But there is no guarantee because this is LOS and there will probably be another safety car. So
Let's see.
I'm not
So,
sure here.
Chad, do give me your top three predictions for the race.
Also, let's have a quick look at the challenges for this weekend. So we have Quick Killer, who's already got 15 sandbags for inviting Chugs to the server. Although Chugs did have a bit of an unfortunate race, but nonetheless, Quick Killer benefits from it. Hinkle also gets 15 sandbags for inviting someone along. Quick Killer versus Ace is for 20 sandbags, and so far that appears to be going in favor of Ace, although neither one of them are having a particularly good outing so far. Ace down in P12 and Quick Killer all the way down in P15. So that battle will go on till the end of the race, more so because they're on almost the same strategy here. Sid and Smith, 100 sandbags so far going the way of Smith, who's leading the race, and Sid, who's all the way down in second last.
and
But
Abdul Samad
Smith
gets
does
a
have to make
5 second
another stop.
penalty.
Oh, and Ace gets a 5 second. That's not good if he has to make another pit stop.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. Safety car is in the pits. Smith has to decide when he's going to go. So
Is he going to hold it all the way to the line? That would be the
and
smarter
5
call.
seconds
in my
penalty
opinion.
with
Oh,
Abhi,
Captain
Captain
Hinkle.
Hinkle. Not ideal at all.
And Smith goes, and with this player stuck with him, he's got a good restart here. Let's see. I would try to get past Smith as soon as I possibly can. Oh, Smith's gone
Oh,
a bit
and Manav
wide.
goes down the outside of Abhi. He's trying to get past Abhi as soon as he can.
Need to move. No, he can't. Malav has to be patient here because Malav should know that all of these people have one more stop to make. So hopefully, if Malav is being race engineered by someone, they're giving him this information because these are all moves that Malav does not need to make. Smith
Meanwhile,
also
Chips getting
surprisingly
past
holding on.
Oxidize here. So Chips is looking quite racy as well.
He is indeed. And Malav right on the back. You can see Avi has already dropped 1.5 seconds to Captain Hinkle. So it's imperative for Malav to get past him as soon as possible here. Malav is trying to set him up. He's trying the different lines, but it's the middle sector, so there's not much he can do here. You get a good run. Oh,
And we have a sector 3 have a spinner. Smith Shah
no,
spins.
Smith is round.
Oh, no, no,
Smith
no,
is
no.
round.
So Vintage is leading this race by default. Captain Hinkle goes very wide out of that exit. Abhi in P3,
Oh,
Malav
Smith awkwardly
P4,
parked at
and
the apex as well.
Chip's already on the back of Malav here. He's putting pressure on Malav. Does he go for the move on the outside? And he does go for a dive bomb from the outside.
Oh, there's contact, but
And oh, that's a clean
kind
move.
of clean, and Chips has made it work around the outside. So the order after the safety car restart is Vintage, Captain Hinkle, Abhi, and Chips and Mahler in the top 5.
Meanwhile, easy level
all
ball on the back
top
of Deadly
4.
Mosquito, and he goes down the inside. Deadly Mosquito goes really wide here. Does he make the move stick? And yes, he does make the move stick. And
I think
Thakur gets a
Kukula might set
5-second
him up here
time
as well
penalty
now.
for speeding in the pit lane. So that's not
Oh,
ideal at
Kukula's
all.
going to set him up here. Kukula's round the outside already, and he's going to get passed by the time the corner comes in.
No, Malav's round. Malav's crashed.
Malav retired.
No.
Oh, here he spun it under power,
Oh,
and Malav retired.
no. So we have a safety
And
car
it's a safety
once
car.
again.
This plays right into the hands of Vintage, Captain Hinkle. Everyone basically on the mediums can all box again now.
So
They should box again. It would be a no-brainer to box again because those mediums, like I said, probably won't go till the end.
So will the next new set of mediums go till the end, or do you go on hards?
The
What do you do
next
here?
set again will be a push, but I think they should reach the end because a couple of laps will anyways be under safety car. And I know from experience you can take the mediums about 13 laps at least. So
Yeah.
they should be fine. They
That
will be at the
might
end
be
of
a
their life
drag,
towards
though,
the end.
Let's see what Vintage player does here. Does he pit or does he not pit? Does he stay out? And he's pitting. Captain
And
Hinkle
Vintage
is
in. Captain Hinkle
Captain
stays
Hinkle
out.
is
He does the
staying out.
opposite.
Oh my god! So
Abhi
he's
stays
betting
out
on
as well.
another.
Chip stays out as well. Mayank is in.
Pitting.
Oxidize stays out. About a Boy also stays out. And Easy Level.
And he pits
Boxes,
as well.
Quick Killers stays out. Deadly Mosquito, despite being on 12 lap old hards, yet stays out.
Sid Venkatesh stays out,
Nick-
and
Nick is somehow, puzzlingly enough, still stayed out as well.
doesn't Smith have damage, or did he just spin out and?
I think no, he just spun out. I think he's just hit the
Yeah,
curb and he's just spun
so
out. But
lucky for
nonetheless,
him.
I'm a bit confused as to why Deadly Mosquito and Smith haven't boxed because
Yeah.
both of them are on very old hards. So now would be the perfect time, in fact, to get rid and move to the medium here.
So Oxidize Rage in P4 on 7 lap old hards. Captain Hinkle leading the race now on 7 lap old mediums, and Chipshima on 6 lap old mediums.
Brave from Abdul Samad here, he's onto the softs. No matter how much tire management goes on, I know for a fact those softs are not going to the end. So he's definitely going to have to box again, whether it's under hopefully another safety car for him or not remains to be seen. But there has to be another pit stop for him, undoubtedly.
But anyways, Hoshra, you've lost all of your sandbags since you betted on Malav.
Unfortunately, I have. I expect some kind of leniency from Malav in removing my 5-second now. As much as Vintage has, in my opinion, made the right call by boxing, he has a massively tall order ahead of him here now because look at the timing tower. You have 9 cars he needs to pass now. And no matter what the tire advantage, 9 cars is always a lot of cars to pass. I'd say
Let's
I'd say
go
9
through
cars
the
in some ways is too many cars to pass. Because somewhere along the 9 of them, eventually you're going to have an incident. Oh, Captain Hinkle boxes, he boxes late, but he does box. I
That's
think
a
this is
very
going
late
all the way
decision,
to the
though.
back of the field.
But he'll go at the back of the field, so that's not ideal at all. He should have pitted when
Not ideal
Vintage
at
player
all. but
pitted. So that's one free
That
race
means-
for Vintage.
That means Captain Hinkle has realized that these mediums aren't going to make it to the end. And that means Abhi and Chips are probably just going to gamble on another safety car and box that time softs, I guess.
So I think this is advantage vintage player Mayank and easy level bot, because all the other drivers in front are going to pit sometime or the other, because Deadly Mosquito is going to pit soon. He's on 14 lap old medium hard, sorry, and Abhi as well. So
I
as you
think
said,
the only
13,
people I
14
can say
laps.
the only people I can say with surety to make it till the end, I think, are the guys on the hards. That's Oxidize and Sid. Although they're on already 7-8 lap old hards, those hards have tons of life in them. So they might not be fast, but I know they'll make it till the end. And then it'll be everyone on the new mediums who hopefully make it to the end. But about Abhi, Chips, about a boy, Quick Killer, I am not very confident in whether they can take those mediums to the end. So that's going to be very interesting. I do get the feeling if there's no safety car, we might see some late race punchers. As the safety car in this lap message has showed up on the race control board, so we will get racing next time around.
So how much of a hurdle will these hard runners be for vintage player Mayank and easy level bot?
If I were vintage, I would do my absolute best to clear them as fast as I possibly can. Because I want to be putting, I know for a fact Abhi, Chips, about Quick Killer are all going to be on the back foot because they have tire wear to take care of. So if I was vintage, I would be trying to get on their rears as soon as possible to give them just one more thing to worry about, because if I'm on their rear, then they have tire wear to think about and they have a car to defend from, and a much faster car that too. So as much as vintage would like to play it safe, and as much as he should be playing it safe given it is the second round of the championship, if he does want to go for the race win, he does have to be very risky with his moves, and he does have to show some kind of impulse. And as we
Abhi is off, and that's a really bad restart from Abhi. Chipsima is already on the outside.
Vintage player making a move on Sid as well. He backs out of it. Oh dear, oxidizes round, and Chipsima is into the lead. Quick Killer in P3 as well.
About a boy and Quick Killer at it, going side by side through turn 3 there.
On his inside though. Is he going to fight back? Because now he'll have the outside, and he has Abhi in front of him, so he has to be very careful about where he breaks. He's going to try holding it on the outside, but Abhi's round as well. Abhi's lost on the power.
Oh no, that's not ideal for Abhi at all.
Not ideal, but luckily he's yet in the point-staying position as easy level goes down his inside.
Meanwhile, vintage player staying behind Sid Venkatesh.
And this is good though, even though he's yet behind Sid, he's already made up 2 places, and making up 2 places means he's passed 2 cars without having to engage in any kind of combat. So he's kept his front wing intact, he's got no penalties, and so far so good. Let's see if he can make some moves at the end of the straight. He should have the traction on Sid coming out of here. He does have the traction on Sid. He's popped open his overtake button. Let's see what the straight line speed is like. It's decent. He is deploying. Sid does not go defensive.
He is going to commit to this move, and he is already on the inside, and he goes down for a move. Almost collects Deadly Mosquito, but that's a clean move from him though. And Mayank already on the outside of Sid Venkatesh, and he goes down the outside and gets the move stick. Nice. That was good hard racing. You can already see Deadly Mosquito struggling so much.
Yeah, vintage is a bit stuck. I think Mayank has to be opportunistic here, because Mayank's race is a vintage to the win. So,
Mosquito goes so wide there. Both of them.
Mayank has a run on vintage here. Is he going to go down the inside? Vintage defends the inside. He's moved under braking. That is a bit sketchy, but he holds the position for now.
But yeah, let's see. Both of them luckily didn't make any contact.
DRS though. I think DRS will be enabled this lap. No, will it?
No, next lap.
No, it won't. It won't.
That's about the boys' round. Okay, so vintage player and Mayank definitely in the best place right now in this current scenario. Quick Killer chasing down Chips.
2 cars to pass them now, so this is going to be very interesting.
Indic Gamer at the back of Sid Venkatesh as well. So Sid Venkatesh is getting eaten up here. Oh, we have a yellow. I don't know for what that yellow was in the third sector, but
Yeah.
I don't see anyone having an incident.
Easy level is now going to size up Deadly Mosquito here. He has a run on him. Deadly Mosquito stays out yet another lap. I don't know why he's yet staying out, but he is nonetheless.
Easy level bot
is going to
on the
set him
back
up
of
here.
Deadly Mosquito goes around the outside, and I think that's
He's made the
move
move
done.
stick
Yeah,
here.
that's move done. Oh,
And now
and
it's
Abhi makes
Indie
contact
Gamer.
with Indie Gamer
Yeah, Abhi,
and
yeah,
almost
that
won the
was-
round. Abhi struggling as well on 11 hours.
Abhi's obviously struggling because he's had that spin at the start of the restart, and
Oh, quick killer retired! I hope there's not a safety car again. And that's
It
a
is a
safety car
safety car.
again. Wow, this is just
This is
safety car
interesting
city.
because now I suspect that drivers in positions such as P7, P8, P9 are all going to pit for softs. This does, in fact, kind of play into the hands of Chip Shima here because he is on those old mediums, so
But
it
will
would
the
be
softs
sensible
make it
for
to
him
the
to
end?
bomb. Yeah, that's the other thing though, because as much as the mediums won't make it to the end, the softs probably won't either. If I do the math on the wear percentage, they will mathematically make it to the end, but I can assure you they won't be very fast towards the end.
So maybe 4 or 5 laps of racing from the softs, but then after they'll like cliff.
Yeah, not just those. There'll be a drop off after I'd say lap 5, and that drop off will be about a second. But then once they hit that 70-75% region, after that it'll be like roller skates. And Chip Shima
Oh,
stays
Chip Shima
out.
stays out. Okay, that's interesting. So
He thinks it is the better call to stay out on the mediums rather than Mayank is
Mayank
in here.
pitted. Okay, why is Mayank
Mayank
pitting
is
again?
in. Indie Gamer's in as well, and
Indie
he
Gamer
hit
crashes.
the
Oh.
ball.
Oh my God.
dearie me.
And he's reversing.
I hope he keeps it in the race.
I hope he
and
doesn't get disqualified for that, but no, he doesn't
Yeah.
get disqualified. Luckily.
Okay, so we have Mayank in, Abhi in, Indie Gamers in, Deadly Mosquitoes finally in for his pit stop. Abdul Samad thankfully gets one pit stop in. I told you he'd have to pit again because those softs weren't going to make it to the end. About a Boy gets a second life. He gets a pit stop in. And that's all the pits here. That's everyone who's pitted. Ace is also in, who's again missed the pit lane.
So
I don't understand why drivers are missing the pit lane here.
So everyone who pitted for softs except for Deadly Mosquito, who's
Except for
on
Deadly Mosquito.
mediums.
And you know what? Harshal, if you put me in the same position yesterday,
Yeah.
I would pit for the mediums as well.
Because I'm not really sure if the softs will make it to
Yeah,
the
I
end.
think
So
it's
it's
a
a
very-
no-brainer for me to go on mediums.
Like I said, mathematically, I see no reason why. Because I've done the tire wear like runs around here, and I know for a fact the softs are about 7.5-8% a lap. So you assume they have the next 2 laps under the safety car. That should give them 7 laps at racing speeds. That's about 7 into 8, which is 56%, and you add about 6-7% from the safety car. So it should put them in the mid to low 60s. So in theory, they should take it to the end for sure. But the question is, how fast are they going to be? I'd yet say in prime positions for this race is Vintage because he has that tire advantage. He knows he's comfortably going to make it. And the closest car on the softs is Mayank, and Mayank has to pass 7 cars to get to Vintage, and that's going to be some task.
Definitely. So Vintage player at the best place to win this race. Easy level bot behind him on 4-lap old mediums as well.
I'd say.
And Sid Venkatesh is in a really good position here as well.
If he can keep his nose clean, he's definitely on for some points here because it will get chaotic now that everyone's going to be on fresh tires and there will be some sends and there will be some dive bombs. So whoever I guess comes out with a full front wing will definitely score some points here.
Let's go over the number of times these drivers have stopped. So Chips. Oh, Thakur was round. Thakur was
dear.
round.
That is not good. And he's round.
And he is reversing.
As well. Oh dear, oh please don't get penalized. Come on, put some power on it.
What's going on with Takura here?
He has gone from a comfortable P5 all the way down to second last. Only Ace is behind him who's still catching up to the safety car. This is such a shame because Takura at one point was having a nightmare of a race and the safety car really rescued him and he was in a very good position. He was all the way in P5. He was in very decent podium contention and he's just... It's all gone away now, unfortunately.
That's very unfortunate for Takura, but
you know what?
It's still not race over though.
One less car between Mayank and Vintage.
Let's see if the safety car comes in this lap or not. I think it will come in this lap because Ace has caught up to the pack.
Yeah, Ace will catch up by the time this lap message comes, hopefully. Yep,
yeah,
should be in. Yep.
It's in.
Interestingly, Mayank also has his teammate ahead of him, so let's see how much Oxidize decides to hold him up or let him by, because that's one whole car Mayank has to figure out getting away by otherwise.
But Mayank will be rapid for a
couple
of laps
absolutely
here.
Rapid on these first 5 laps. Mayank will comfortably be the fastest car on track, no doubt about it.
Let's run down the penalties. So Mayank's the only driver who's got 3-second penalties, and Takura has a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Rest all the drivers are clear
will
of
be a
penalties.
factor in the end result of the race.
So let's see how the restart goes.
Focus back in the front here.
Shima, Vintage Player and Easy Level Bot here fighting for the win.
So Chips is holding them, definitely. Is he gonna go midway through the final corner? Not yet. And
he's off.
He's gone. He has got Vintage napping for sure. I think Easy Level is closer to Vintage than Vintage is to Chips. So pressure on Vintage right now. However, he has made up significant amounts of time to Chips already. So he is going to try to get this move done as soon as possible, one would assume.
But
because I think for Vintage it might be a case of pass or get past here because Easy Level is right behind him right now.
Meanwhile, Captain Hinkle in P5 with the
Also
freshest
on
mediums.
yeah.
So this is interesting. Smith on mediums with 5 lap
Mayank
tires.
is trying to get past. Brilliant move round the outside of Oxidize.
And Mayank into P7 already. Oh, look at how fast he's catching up to these guys. Wow, he's already at the back of Smith. So Chip Shima is pulling away from Vintage here.
Yeah, this is very odd. Vintage does look to have been
Captain Hinkle down the inside of Sid Venkatesh and he makes the move.
Yes, he has.
Smith, Mayank already on the back of Smith. Oh, this is going to be interesting. And he does get a really good exit.
Brilliant run already.
So will he get Sid Venkatesh and Smith, both of them?
This will be some move if he manages it with the... Smith is rapid in the straight line though. And is he going to send it down the inside of Sid? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. He thinks about it. And Mayank is going to try sizing the move here. Tries to get it on traction, but Mayank has to be patient. Oh, he's trying to go down the outside. Doesn't work. Not enough space.
But Smith on the back of Sid Venkatesh goes down the inside here and he'll make the move stick.
He has made the move stick.
But will Mayank go down the inside of Sid as well? And no, he can't. Sid just closes the door on him.
I think Mayank will size him up with a hairpin here though.
Oh, what an exit! What an exit out of that corner! Wow!
And he's
just amazing.
Mayank already up into P6 before the corner even arrives.
As expected, he is rapid on track right now.
But how long can the space advantage last is the question.
Oh, sector 2!
The yellow. Sector 2, Abdul Samad has
Abdul Samad round.
But he's kept it going, so no problem.
Deadly About a Boy and Oxidized Rage. Oh my god, they touch and About a Boy goes wide. Oxidized Rage.
I don't know what's up with Vintage. Vintage has in fact not just not been closing, he's been losing time to Chip Shima here. Despite being on 7 lap pressure mediums, so something doesn't seem to be working right for him. Even easy level, in fact, has dropped behind Vintage. So,
But Vintage has caught up to Chip Shima again, so
yeah,
the gap
he
is down to
has,
7
he has.
tenths. So 14 lap old
Mayank.
mediums, are they wearing out right now? Is Chip Shima feeling that wear?
They'll be okay right now because this is about their expected lifespan. This is when I would box for hard, when it's about 14 laps old, my medium. So they should be able to go 2-3 laps more. And one thing we do also have to factor in is they had a lot of laps behind safety car. So maybe that does actually aid his tire wear a bit.
Oh, Abhi down the outside of Sid Venkatesh, and
Can he make it stick though?
yes,
He tries to,
he
he's
is
trying
ahead
to-
of Sid.
the
Oh, and Sid
contact and
touches
Sid is
wheels,
down.
and he's round. Not ideal for Sid. No, no, no.
Oh dear, there's more contact at the back. About a boy.
About
Bargain
a
is
point,
way
and
past
Oxidized Rage having some, well, getting the elbows out since 2 laps here.
No doubt about it.
Meanwhile, Captain Hinkle already on the back of easy level bot. Smith Shah trying to catch up to these guys, but Mayank is going to get Smith Shah this lap, that is for sure.
If Vintage doesn't get a move on Chip soon enough, Captain Hinkle's gonna join right into this fight here.
And he's
And
got
Mayank
1
also
lap
desperately
younger
needs to get a
tires
move
to
on.
everyone.
Exactly, and he has the tire advantage as well. He's definitely going to get a move on easy level here because he's going to have the DRS. He's saved up a decent bit of ERS as well, I would like to assume. Yep, he has 63% left.
So Mayank on the back of Smith Shah this time. He will get DRS. Does Smith Shah get DRS? No, he doesn't. So this will be an easy move for Mayank down
Captain Hinkle
the outside.
does make a move.
And Captain Hinkle gets the move done for P3. And he is ahead
One
of easy
interesting
level
thing to
bot.
note as well is Chips has basically no ERS left. He's almost on the verge of derating. In fact, after this straight, he will be derating. So just watch the way Vintage closes in on him now in a straight line. It's rapid. As
Oh,
well as
and Vintage already on the back of Chip Shima. I hope they don't make
Oh, he's
contact because
made
that is
move.
critical for Vintage to get the move done this lap.
Also, easy level appears to have got back on Captain Hinkle.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah, I
was
don't know
there
when
a
that's happened because I thought the
switcheroo?
move was completed, but it hasn't.
Switcheroo turn 2 maybe?
Probably. And now Mayank's within the DRS of these two as well. Oh, what a brilliant end this is turning out to be. We're going to have a 4-way fight, maybe even a 5-way fight for the lead if Mayank didn't have his penalty. But nonetheless, Vintage again, 5 tenths off Chips. He clearly is the faster car. He needs to be very careful about where he makes the move and how he makes the move. Again, he has no DRS, I mean no ERS here at all.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult for
Oh.
Chips to defend.
Yeah.
But
Simultaneously, Captain
oh, he
Hinkle
gets a
is
really
also
good
going to
exit
line
after
up.
that corner though. So
Yeah,
he's 8
Vintage
tenths
got a
out.
terrible exit. The move isn't going to happen this straight, unfortunately. But Captain Hinkle, though, is
On
going
the
to
back
make a
of
move.
easy
He
level
has
bot
the
here.
DRS. He has the DRS. Easy level defense to the outside. Captain Hinkle goes down the inside. Can he actually make the move stick? Oh, Mayank's gone
Oh,
down the
Mayank's
inside.
down the inside.
What a
Wow.
lovely move. Can he make it stick, though? Can he make it stick?
Oh, he
yes,
does make
he
it
has.
stick.
What a
He
lovely
is in
move.
P3. Wow, that was just amazing from Mayank. Easy level bot P5. Now Mayank P3 on 5 lap old medium.
And
Can he
another
take it to
fast
the end?
lap.
Can he take
Mayank,
it till the end?
2.2. Oh, there's a yellow flag.
In
Deadly
the third
Mosquito
sector,
has
that's a
spun it.
Mercedes of
Hopefully
Deadly
he-
Mosquito. And he's round. Okay, I think he does have damage. No, he
I
doesn't have
can't really
damage.
tell because of my camera angle, but
No, he doesn't have any
probably
damage.
not. No, he's fine.
But
Yeah.
Vintage player getting close to Chip Shima, and we have a spinner again. I think. Yeah, that's
That is
Sid Venkatesh. That's
unfortunately.
very unfortunate.
Now,
for him.
though, it's going to be an opposite task for Mayank because this is the point of the race I was telling you. Mayank's soft tire advantage is going to die out. So let's see how he compares against the top two. He is yet closing because the top two are so engrossed in their battle. So Mayank is gaining time, but then again, Captain Hinkle
Mayank's
is right on his way.
got to catch up to these guys. Meanwhile, Captain Hinkle is trying his best to catch up to these guys. Captain
He is.
Hinkle has to get his move done here.
I think this is about as far as Mayank can go because his tires have hit that cliff I was talking about because he's not made up any time since Vintage.
So Vintage player is on the back of Chip Shima. He is He's going to
Is he
make
gonna
this move,
the
Snake,
here?
and he
Chips
goes
is
past
going to
Chipsima
defend,
for the lead of the
and he
race.
made the move. Yes, he has.
And Captain Hinkle is
Good
past
move.
Mayank as well. So this looks good for Captain Hinkle. Captain Hinkle has to
I'll tell
catch
you
up
what
to.
though, if Chips gets a good exit here, which he has, he's gonna come back on Vintage player, I think. Vintage is trying to break the toe, but unfortunately Chips has no ERS to fight with. Is he gonna try and make the move?
No,
Vintage does
he
shape
can't.
the inside.
He runs out of straight there, but
Chips is trying to get that grip in, but there's just no grip on 18 lap old mediums, which I'm surprised have gone this far, to be honest.
wow, this is turning out to be a really good race.
It is, and I get the feeling if Captain Hinkle keeps his pace up, he might be able to get Chips here for P2. But Chips, brilliantly enough, gets sticking with Vintage, and Vintage has a slight moment as well out of the draw.
Yeah, Chips though is really fast on dead mediums there. To be honest.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, 18 laps old here, these mediums, and it's
The
pretty
only
impressive
downside
how
is
he's
just
catching up
spent
or
too
staying
much
with Vintage
ERS
player here.
depending from Vintage, because now he's ended up with no ERS to fight with.
Captain Hinkle unfortunately can't get DRS this time round. He's 1.2
lap.
seconds behind. Oh, almost spins around.
Yeah, that was well held though. Chips within DRS of Vintage, I highly doubt he'll get a move going, but he does close in for sure. He tries to deploy his non-existent battery at this point.
Mayank though
and
making a move on Captain Hinkle, and he gets the move done.
back at him.
Oh,
Captain
Captain
Hinkle!
Hinkle!
Oh, dear.
Almost spins out though. Easy level board gets into the mix as well. Smith Shah following them close as well. So this is an interesting fight for P3 though.
It is for sure. Mayank has definitely hit that cliff. Unfortunately, I don't think Mayank, unless
Oh,
something
Vintage
happens
player
in the
goes
top
wide
two.
on turn 1. Chips down the inside of
Oh,
Vintage
Chips is down the
player.
inside. Can he make it work though? He's going to hold it round the outside now, which is going to be up. Vintage
And they are
pushes him out
banging wheels
wide.
here, and Vintage player just manages to keep the place.
Which way is Chips going to shape the move here? Is he going to go down the inside? Yes,
And he
is.
does go down
As
the
he-
inside. Can he make the move stick? And he does.
Yes, he does, but Vintage is going to switch him back round the outside. Oh, this is brilliant racing as they go into the sweeping left, and Vintage,
Vintage
stays
has
behind.
to stay behind here.
But I think this is the intelligent call by Vintage, because now he's going to have the DRS coming on, and he can see Chips' red light blinking. Chips has no ERS to fight with, and to be
Chips
honest,
got
Vintage
no
doesn't have a lot
tires,
of tires.
no ARS to fight. This is Vintage player's race to win here. Let's see if Chips hangs on to that close position of his. Meanwhile, Captain
Vintage
Hinkle
has
close
not
behind
got the
Mayank.
best run out of there either, but nonetheless.
Oh, easy
he
level
will be
ball
close.
almost spins, and he loses out on that fight for
Oh, he's
P3.
out though.
So
Now
it's
we're gonna have
Captain
two moves
Hinkle.
again side by side. We have Chip Shima derating, and Vintage is gonna derate at this point as well. Captain Hinkle, everyone, Captain Hinkle, Mayank, Vintage, Chips, they all are out of ERS. None of them have saved up for the last lap, which is crucial.
Smith Shah trying his best to get past easy level bot here, and he almost spins.
Oh,
Captain
the
Hinkle spins.
yellow.
Oh no! Captain Hinkle is round, and he's down in P6. So
And
Mayank,
Vintage down the inside of Chips. And Chips gets him back on the scuff back. Brilliant move. Vintage is yet on the outside though, which is now going to turn to the inside for the
oh,
and they
the
make
contact!
Vintage is round. Vintage is
No,
round.
that was
And
not the
Vintage
way.
is in
That
the
was
wall,
not the
and
way.
that's race. Oh, that is no
That is
shame.
race over for Vintage, but this is game on for Mayank. Look at Mayank, he's already
Mayank
5
now,
tenths
but
behind
Mayank does
Chips.
have a penalty though, so even if Chips lets Mayank by here, it's not a problem. He's yet going to get the race win, but Mayank does have a chance of getting this on track as he gets onto that curve there, which is very risky.
And easy level
Mayank does
bot.
have a chance to get P2 here because Easy Level has a penalty himself, so Mayank will probably get P2 here. Can he get P1 on track though is the real question.
Let's see. It's Mayank's fight here now. He's on 8 lap old softs though, so they are dead as well. Just as dead as Chips
And he's
Shima's
not
medium
got that drive.
mediums
Yeah,
are.
he's not got that drive out.
No, he's more than a second behind Mayank, so this is a easy race.
He
win
will
for
get the
Chips Shima.
DRS, but it'll be too little too late unfortunately.
But Smith Shah on
Smith
the back
Shah on easy level.
Easy level bot.
So
Can he
P3,
make
is he going to make the move? Easy level defense, right to the inside. Is Smith going to sell the dummy to him? He goes round the outside, breaks slowly late. Can he hold it? And he's tried to cut easy level back here. Does he get the drive out? No, he doesn't.
No,
easy
he
level
doesn't.
does hold on. Oh, and Smith
and he
tries.
tries. He
Dumps to the
tries.
inside.
Hasn't looked down
Unfortunately,
the
though, neither
inside.
one of them are going to be on the podium. It's going to be Captain Hinkle in P3, who after penalties gets on the podium. And Chips brilliantly holds on to the win on 21 lap old mediums. What a drive by him.
What a drive
Mayank
from
follows
Chips Seema.
in P2 on equally old soft tires, and Mayank made that strategy work, passing 7 cars to get all the way up to P2. Captain Hinkle unfortunately could have been in this battle for the win and
Misses
spins
out
on the
because
penultimate
of the
lap.
spin in the second last lap.
Abhi
though.
recovers very well to P4. Abhi at one point was not having a very good race. Whereas easy level, 5th place, I mean P3 on track, but maybe with the penalties it would have been a podium nonetheless. It's a could have, would have, should have. I think he'll yet take the points though. P5 is a very good result. Smith Shaw after that long stint on the hards finishes P6, so what a
Wow,
race.
What a race. A lot happening at the end of the race. It's quite interesting to watch. So let's see the final classification of the drivers.
Yep, I'll start inviting the drivers to the party.
Yes, I'll. Yeah, so the final classification of the drivers. Chips Seema, after a fantastic second stint on those old mediums, wins the race. Mayank in P2, holding on to those old tires. Captain Hinkle completes the podium place. Abhi P4, Easy Level Bot P5, Smith Shah P6, Ace P7, Vintage Player P8, About a Boy P9, and Indie Gamer in P10, finishing the points position. So, yeah, let's see.
Could I just have Mayank's full user tag?
Mayank 7799.
Got it.
Yeah. Let's see. And Captain, do you have Captain Hinkle? Okay, he's joined.
Yeah, Captain Hinkle's joined. Mayank was the last one to be invited. Everyone should have an invite by now. An eventful race. It's a shame Vintage Player after that qualifying, after that contact, 15 places down, 15 seconds down, sorry, all the way in P8. And it's a race of what could have been for Vintage, because one could think had he held on behind Chips, could he have had that run on him on the final straight? He knew he had the tire advantage, possibly the pace advantage as well. Was there a need to go down turn 2? It's all a question of should he have, could he have, but that's not how it eventually panned out, and what a race it gave us eventually. It's always a shame when races are decided on the basis of contact, but
Yeah.
nonetheless,
Unfortunate for
it
him.
is,
So
it
Mayank
is
joined us
motor
as
racing
well.
at the end of the day.
I think Captain Hinkle is yet to. Oh no, Captain Hinkle is joined.
Yep,
Chips
Captain
Seema
Hinkle
is
is
yet to
also
join.
joined. Yep, we just have Chips, race winner. Join. I'll just ping him on Discord.
Yeah, so
And
we have
Chips is
Chips
joining
Seema as well. So, Hushrev, do you want to start with Captain Hinkle? We'll start with Captain Hinkle.
I will. So, Captain Hinkle, it looked good starting right from qualifying on provisional pole for a bit. Looked very good those initial few laps. I saw a couple of mistakes in those qualifying laps, and I understand that cost you a decent starting position. But nonetheless, you started right up there, and the race did go away from you a bit with that late safety car call and then that unfortunate spin on the penultimate lap. So,
saw
run us
that,
through
huh?
that. Tell us. Yeah, we did. Run us through that. Tell us what was going on.
Yeah, so quali, my last lap, I was purple in both sectors, and then just screwed it up right there before the long straight. So I was like, all right, P3 is perfectly fine as well. I fought, and then that safety car came in just a little too early. I didn't want to switch tires. I thought I could push a little more. Then I saw Vintage go in, and I'm like, well, crap, now I have to. So it kind of messed up the strategy a bit. But yeah, I was able to fight back from basically the back of the pack. So I'm really happy with that race, and it's nice to be talking to you guys again. Last time was Monza, so whew, I'm a little excited. It was a good race.
That is true. A fantastic recovery, nonetheless,
Thank you,
despite a very unfortunate spin at the end. So, congratulations on the podium, and we hope to see you up there. Harshal, anything to add on that?
No, nothing to add. Just congratulations, Captain Inkle. That was a pretty strong race. Had it not been for
Thanks
your
again,
loss of traction to the last corner, you could have been in the fight for P1. But nevertheless, P3 is quite a lot of points to grab as well. So congratulations on the.
Forgot the short shift, and with the tires as beat up as they were, it just snapped on me. And yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, in that split second, your heart sinks. It's like, well, there goes my race. I'm breaking the wheel. It's done. But thank God, I bounced off the wall, which is a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
A lucky shave, nonetheless, but I guess some deserved luck given all the work you put into that race.
Thank you.
Good job, nonetheless. P2, Mayank. 8-lap stint on those softs. P9 or P10 was it at the safety car restart, all the way up to P2 despite that penalty. How was it? Talk us through it.
I believe, yes, safety car came, and obviously it was a difficult decision, as Captain said, whether to switch tires or not. So we decided to go with the softs because we wanted to do something different, and because everybody would have been in the same tires, it would have been almost the same pace. So when you go on the alternate strategy, you have to push, and you have to do that kick when it comes to the safety car restart. So it worked perfectly well. I did a couple of overtakes and it paid off well, and glad that I didn't had any spin as a couple of guys had. Unfortunate for them though, but yeah, it worked out perfectly well.
For sure, but Mayank, when you're in that position, I think prior to the safety car, I think you were net P2 or P3 if I'm not mistaken. You were right behind Vintage and Chip Shima, I think. How hard is it in that moment for you to take such a big gamble going on to a new set of tires, which you know will definitely put you back to P10? Did you have that confidence that you could make it back to the position you left off at?
I mean, yes. See, every driver has their own racecraft, and some likes to take this, overtaking risk, and some like to just go on with the momentum. So I would like to appreciate my race engineer 7 also for making that call, because he really pushed me to just take that tire and just see what happens, and it paid off. So a big thank you to 7 as well. And yes, sometimes, I mean, when you take those decisions, then you just have to believe in that and then see what happens.
That is brilliant. Race engineers, as always, ever important in league racing, and
exactly.
yet again prove their worth. Harsha, any questions for Mayank?
Yeah. So congrats on P2, Mayank. And so how much were you struggling at the end of the race? So like the final couple of laps, I am sure you must be struggling a lot with grip and tire wear. So how much of a struggle was it?
Not really, to be honest, because out of those 9 laps, 2 laps were under the safety car, and basically it was a fresh soft for 7 laps. It was like a sprint. There was no struggle at all, even in the last couple of laps also. The only point was not to spin or not to make any mistakes. So, but when you have a tire which is an alternate strategy, what you're trying to do is to push too much at times, and then it can hurt you. So my main motto was to just be in the DRS straight, because I knew that I had a faster tire. So I just wanted to be just within 1 second, so that I can just make it when I use DRS and NS both. So that was the strategy.
Right. So a pretty strong race from you. Congrats on P2. Quite a lot of overtakes. I think it was easy level God and Captain Inkle, that double overtake.
Yes, I love that. Honestly.
That was a beautiful move.
Had us on the edge of our seats, though. That was
Thanks,
an
Captain.
amazing
I appreciate
race.
that. Yeah.
And congrats on P2.
I mean, it's always very difficult to make that kind of a move, but I have to appreciate Captain also, because I think he was on the middle, I believe, and he also did give enough space in order to make the move, and yeah, I appreciate the overall racecraft of these guys.
Oh,
It's
great
always
racing.
love to see that. Always clean racing, which is really, really nice to see. And now, the man of the moment, Chip Shrima, P1. That medium tire lap counter, we had it open on the telemetry throughout the
Can you tell
race.
me how many laps I did? I am not so
I think
sure.
it was 20 or 21.
22. It was 22. The final lap did at 22.
Harshal and I at one point we were just like, when is the tire going to go? Like, there is no way, because at one point I was very surprised that you did box, because I was like, there's no way these tires are going to the end. But against all odds, not only did the tires go to the end, they went to the end and they came out P1. Tell us, how was it? What led you to taking those mediums so long? And how did you manage that race throughout? Not only managing tires, but at the same time keeping a rapid vintage in Mayank and Captain Hinkle all behind you at the same time.
To be very honest, I started the race. I got a drive-through for speeding under the safety car, so I thought my race was done and dusted right there. But I don't know, I just kept going. I was expecting it to be a two-stop race. Like, I'll be on the start on the softs, switch to the mediums, and then switch back to the softs. I was thinking of something like that. I think it was pretty much what everyone else was thinking, but I thought that it's a bit difficult to overtake here, so might as well stick it out. I was losing traction left, right, center towards the end, and I believe it was easy level bot or vintage behind me in the last few laps. I was not able to pay much
Yeah,
attention
it
to
was
who
vintage. It was vintage.
Yeah. So I mean, props to him for keeping it clean. That was a very, very, very fun battle in the last few stages. I think I got lucky on the second last lap when he, I think, overshot it into turn one, and I managed to sneak through. Though what happened exactly on the last lap? The turn one.
There was some contact, which was what I was going to ask you about. What exactly happened there? Because we gather that you were obviously on the inside going into the right-hander, which then eventually turns to the outside, and
Yeah.
Vintage was kind of there on the inside, and it was a bit of front wheel to side pod contact, and it was all in the moment. So obviously, no one to blame particularly for that instance, but I think that's what did happen. Nonetheless, walk us through that incident. How were you trying to approach that last lap? Were you trying to just get the move done and stay ahead, or did you have some kind of DRS tactic in mind? Because I saw both of your ERSs and both of y'all were D rating. So did you try playing around with that as well?
I don't know, I tried to keep it around the outside, because I think 2 laps prior, the one where he lost control, I think he barged me off at the end of at the sharp left-hander. So I was trying to not let that happen again. So I don't know, I think I left space, but maybe I'll have to check my stream highlight again. Though I don't know, I'm a bit skeptical about that, because that might I don't know, take the win away from me.
I'm sure the stewards will do a thorough job, but if it is eventually reported. But nonetheless, right now you have crossed the line first, and you are a well-deserved race winner after that brilliant stint on the mediums. And now that you mention it, Harshal and I totally forgot you did have the drive-through at the start as well.
Yes.
Which I think makes this race win all the more commendable. So very well done.
There was a race in 2009, I believe it was Germany, where Weber got a drive-through and still went on to win the race. Towards the end of the race, I was feeling as if I could be doing something like that, something similar. But
well, you have pulled it off, so congratulations on that.
thank you. Thanks a ton.
So
that concludes it, I guess.
yeah, that pretty much covers it all. Chips, pretty strong race. Congrats on the win, and we hope you can, continue to give us such an amazing race every single weekend. This is a long season, and we hope to see you like regularly on the podiums. So, pretty strong race from you.
So.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you. I hope so too.
Yeah. So
So
that's
that
pretty
completes
much
the
it.
podium interviews. Thank you for joining us, everyone. That was round 2 of League of Sandbaggers Tier 2. Next time around, we have Bahrain. all the way in the Middle East. So do join us for that stream, and see you next time. Thank you, Harshal.
Thank you, Ashraf, and thank you all for joining. And good night.